Welcome, listeners. This is GRTS International broadcasting from Maryland, Silver Spring, Maryland, United States of America. This program is called The Podium. Today we have the Secretary General and leader of United Democratic Party, Alhaji Ousainu Darboe. Mr. Darboe, welcome to GRTS International.
Thank you very much.
Can you introduce yourself just for the purpose of record?
As I have just said, I am Alhaji Ousainu Darboe. I am a practicing attorney in the Gambia, and I have been practicing law since 1973. I happen to break away from tradition. In the past, lawyers were trained in the United Kingdom, Ireland, or Scotland. I break away from that tradition and I studied my law in Nigeria. I happen to be the first Gambian to have studied law outside the United Kingdom. And let me also say with some pride that I happen to be the first provincial chair to have become a barrister, a practicing lawyer in the Gambia.
Thank you, Mr. Darboe, for that wonderful introduction. You have had a rather long stay in the U.S. Has it been worthwhile?
It has been extremely worthwhile. I have had fruitful discussions at the State Department with the desk officer for the Gambia, with other officials of the State Department, representative of the USAID, the Republican Institute. I have had fruitful discussions with them, and we discussed a wide range of issues, not only affecting the Gambia, but also the sub-region, because you can never discuss Gambia without having regard to the situation in the sub-region. Apart from meeting the state official, the State Department officers, I had also these meetings with officers in Senator Darboe's office, his foreign relations advisors, and technical team. Our focus was, of course, at the Senator's office, was, of course, on the predicament of the journalists in the Gambia. As you know, Senator Darboe is one of the signatories of a letter that was sent to our head of state, President Yahya Jammeh, requesting him to have Chief Mane released. And Senator Darboe is keeping on with the crusade to have journalists in the Gambia well protected. So my journey really to the state has been really very worthwhile, apart from the fact that it gave me the opportunity of seeing virtually every member of the Darboe family in the Gambia, of the Darboe family in the United States. My children, my grandchildren, my brothers and sisters. It afforded me a perfect family reunion. I visited Seattle, and in Seattle I received wonderful welcome. The party supporters in Seattle have never been so enthusiastic and have never been so welcoming as when I met them Saturday, I think it was last week Saturday. I had a wonderful meeting with them. In fact, it was kind of a family chat. We decided to be self-critic, not merely to ponder about the inefficiencies of the government administration in the Gambia, but also how our own organization is being run. We looked at that and we agreed that there have to be some changes, there have to be certain strategies that have to be adopted. In New York, which was my last place of call, I had discussions with the party members there, because as you know, New York is the nucleus of the United Democratic Party. It provided the nucleus of the United Democratic Party in the United States. The first chapter in the United States was established in New York, and they were able to spread the word around the breadth and length of the United States and we are successful in ensuring that the chapters we are established in various parts of the United States where you have a sizable Gambian population. But the most significant meeting with the Gambian community is in Atlanta, where I had the opportunity of meeting at least two members, and two very vital members of the executive of the STGDP, Mr. Mane and Mr. Jen. And our discussions, of course, was geared towards exploring the possibility of having a united, solid opposition front against Jammeh in the upcoming elections. Of course, the ideas that we have floated around look to me very sensible, and they are ideas that should provide a working platform for all the political parties. And I must say that Mr. Mane, the chairman of STGDP, has forwarded to me a set of proposals for a united opposition front, and we'll be looking at these things, and we will in due course react to these proposals.
We'll come back to that very important question, that is the basis of opposition unity for the next presidential and parliamentary elections. But before we go anywhere, can we ask what is that brought you into politics about 13 years ago after a long career of legal practice and a political professionalism?
Well, quite frankly, I had no political aspirations when I finished law school and admitted to the bar. But I must confess that I was brought up in a political home, a very tense political home. My father was a member of the House of Representatives. They were in fact Gambia's independent politicians. He belonged to the United Party, which in those days was regarded as a Banjul-based political party, as a Wolof-based political party. And of course my father, as a Mandinka, by every standard, mother, father, grandmother, grandfather, all of them were Mandinkas. And he did not throw in his lot with what was then regarded as a provincial Mandinka-based party, PPP. I was brought up within that political environment, and I saw the goings-ins and out of politicians, but it never interested me. However, in 1996, when I returned from the United States, after having attended the Olympic Games in Atlanta, I was approached by a group of people who had put together a constitution for a party called United Democratic Party. They wanted a leader to lead them. Various people, I understand, were approached, and because of the hostile nature of the environment, because the military junta was at the height of its brutality, was at the height of intolerance to any dissenting views, people just decided that they will not accede to the leadership of any opposition party, particularly the United Democratic Party. I couldn't take any decision. I mean, after all, I belong to a family, and I had to have consultations with members of my family, those abroad and those at home. Whilst I was carrying on these consultations, I was struck by a bearded gentleman at the filling station in summer, BP's filling station in summer. He was on his motorbike riding. And he came to my car and said, "But is that not Mr. Darboe? Is that not Ousainu Darboe?" I said, "Yes, I am." He said, "Please, do not disappoint us. Do not disappoint us." And his tears started rolling down. And that really moved me. And I thought, after having consultation with members of my family, all of them, let me say 99% of them, gave their consent.